Hi, we are Ben and Toni Wilson. We're from Carson City, Michigan. We are farmers by trade. Actually have a dairy farm in the area. And, one of the things that we really felt called in our lives was a sense of purpose through church. And when we looked around at a certain time, we were leading Bible study and things like that, God was calling us to a higher purpose. And through a series of events with, churches struggling in rural areas, right? And, it's no different here. The vision of our local church really just wasn't something that we could raise our family in. And it was really hard to find a vision that aligned with one that we had for our family and our community of believers that we had with us.
We knew that God was calling us to something different than what we were doing right now. And one of the main reasons of that is we knew that our kids were watching us. We knew that we had to do something to walk out the faith in how God was calling us to take a risk, step out of the comfortable and into the uncomfortable. But God was holding our hand, I think, through the whole thing. And he just continued to put people in our lives and led us to what we're doing right now and to this partnership with Abundant Life.
It's also just, you feel completely unqualified, right? So, as a farmer, I don't have some great theological background to offer as a shepherd to a congregation, right? We have what we know, but what we do know is we are in pursuit of a loving God through his son Jesus, and that calling is higher than anything that we can possibly ever conjure up on our own. So we had to trust the process, dig into just leadership that was extremely uncomfortable. There are many times that we still don't feel qualified to do the thing, but that doesn't mean we don't need to be obedient. And so we stepped out in faith with a small group of believers, and really God has blessed that in so many different ways. We've aligned with Abundant Life. We've surrounded ourselves with incredible leaders, great accountability, and just ways to steward that process well. And God has brought so much fruit through it. It's been amazing. Lives have been changing. God calls the unqualified, right? I mean, he just flat out does. And so if you're feeling that today, you're in a good spot. You're in good company there. So just want to encourage you that way.
Instead of going to a church outside of our community, we knew that God was calling us here to our community to fight for the kids here, to fight for the families here. And like Ben said, it's really uncomfortable at times, but it is incredibly life-giving. And God just blesses it in ways that are unimaginable.